Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Holy. As the title suggests, today let's disassemble the GWG-B1000. Bluetooth equipped Modmaster G-Shock watch, and before that a quick wrist check. I'm wearing a Casio, an old Casio that I have, Diamond Edition. Not gonna talk a lot about those, but today it's gonna be very simple. I'm not gonna disassemble the movement, just the hardware alone. Keep that in mind, and to compensate that, I'll try to mod it up to different color scheme like I have over here. This is actually a spoiler, belongs to the front button guard. It looks kind of like that. We'll get to that later. First, let's take out the band. 2.0mm hex screwdriver. Alright, once you remove all 4 screws, in my case black IP, the band will just fall off like you can see on this side. There's no more pin, there's no more washers underneath the screws like you could find on most Gravity Master, and that's pretty much it. And it has the wing down here just like the GWG-1000 Modmaster or GGB Modmaster, but it is pretty stiff but still fairly flexible. You can see the texture, and you can see that you could swap one of these out because it is still visible when you put it on, so this thing could be swapped to different colors as well, which I'm gonna do later. The strap is really hard to find as far as placement part, but still pretty short, good enough in my case. Red colorway, dark red in mine. Now here's the body itself. You can see that most of it is carbon core, but it's still protected with metal parts from the front, and we're gonna need same tools, 2.0 hex screwdriver. Let's do that. Alright, now removing all 4 screws at the top, and it's still black IP, unique to this model only, so you cannot find other screws out there or on shelf or from any other G-Shock to put in here because it is made just for this watch. So do not lose any one of these things here. You could try to find them from packparts.com if it is available. So here, oh, it's just fall down. So here is the first metal part. This is from the 6 o'clock position, forged metal, and then black IP on top of it. So this part, for the price that they're charging us, it is really fair when you actually look at how complicated this thing is, especially when you know it has plenty of sharp edges. Sharp edges is one of the enemy in manufacturing process, and the fact that they could do that with these complicated shapes is just incredibly amazing.
That's amazing.
Now down here is another metal piece placed underneath this metal piece. Really cool. Much smaller, much more details, and this is what I want to change right now just to show you guys a little bit how it will look like. So there we go. If I change it up to this white color piece here and I cover it up with this metal part, that is how it will look like. Put it up over here, and there we go. Simple change, though this is not metal. This is just plastic or resin. Plenty of idea you could do here without damaging the interior component, or low risk modification, I would say, right? I want to show you guys some of the things. Notice that it has a yellow accents thingy down here. Those parts are removable as well. Look at it from underneath. It is actually, well, it has some sort of texturing on both sides of it, so it will stick to this metal piece. It is just resin, by the way, and it also have a double-sided tip on it just to hold it better, but you don't really need those. It is a tiny piece, and one thing I need to point out, it is not interchangeable. It has its own size where it is slanted a little bit, so you cannot swap between this side to this side or this side to this side. It has to be this one on this side, so make sure do not plug them in. It's just loaded up by friction. There we go. You could just pick them up, put them aside. Same goes to this part of the metal bezel as well. There you go. This is another thing that you could easily customize without affecting anything. Low risk customization, which I like a lot, especially for a Master of G. Having these kind of parts is really fun actually. Now we have 2 more pieces. Also comes in black colorway in my case. It uses a standard screw. Let's take it out. Just like that, so you don't need to remove any buttons to remove the bezel out of this watch, and that is really cool as well.
This is really cool.
This is made out of, I believe, reinforced resin with carbon fiber dust, I think. But still, fine resin part. It is hard plastic, by the way, with some lettering on there. You could customize this thing also, but the point is that the shape is really complex. But it is resin, so I guess much easier to manufacture. This screws that is locked in place is special to this model as well. But I guess you could find, you know, GWG-B1000 series screws if you lost one of these, but they're still kind of okay. But do not lose those. Now, once we're done remove all the screws or the metal pieces and resin pieces, this top frame could be removed as well. So the glass is held by this metal ring, in this case rose gold IP. It is sapphire and also anti-reflective coated from underneath it. You can see where the compass indicator goes as well. So if you want to change it up, you're gonna need to heat up the metal piece here, so it dispense it, and then push down the glass out. And since, well, you could take it apart from the front, there's a gasket for it as well, so do not damage those when you plug this thing back in. And that is your movement already exposed. Notice that the movement won't fall down. The index marker, yeah, you could do that. There we go. Alright, you could swap one of these. The glow into the dark part goes to this colored section. The rest is just blacked out. Cannot remove this out of the way because even though it looks circle in shape, there's actually a square part from the top and the bottom side of it that hold it in place, which looks kinda like this. So it is circular in shape, but it has this square top and the bottom, so that holds it in place. So in order to remove this thing, you're gonna need to take it out from the back. So at the front, what you could do is probably swap one of these. So I'm gonna plug this thing back on like so, and then put the movement upside down like that, and we're gonna continue to disassemble the movement from the back. Let's lift it up in 3, 2, 1. There we go. All right, you can see there's another gasket on the back, of course, and there's the back cushioning, and those one of those alpha gels, I think, in red colorway, just absorb the shocks, just like the same idea of the build out of a GWG-1000 series mod master. Now the movement looks really similar. It is operating on CTL1616 battery, same battery as GWG-1000. Mine is already running out of battery, but all I have to do is charge it up because it is indeed a rechargeable battery. But in order to take this one out, first we're gonna need to take the crown out, screw down crown over here. Also, I'm going to unclip this sensor over here, that is the barometer sensor, and then we could take the movement out and continue to inspecting the hard case, which is one of the greatest thing about this G-Shock watch actually. So let's unscrew this thing real quick like that, and then push the pin in here as indicated by the arrow, and there we go. The crown is now out.
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Holy. Holy. Whoa. Oh my god. Oh. Oh man. My goodness. I broke the crown. It is still working. It is Bluetooth equipped, so I guess I don't really need the crown to set it up. So I guess that's a plus, right? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I don't really need the crown to set it up since I have Bluetooth, so I'm fine in that regard, but still have to fix this up. If there's nothing get stuck in there, I'm not entirely sure though. God damn it, I just broke one of my precious, most expensive Master of G. If it didn't stuck, I think it's not stuck. Maybe it got stuck near the other half of it. Ah, damn it. It's gonna be an expensive repair. Master. Look at that. The crown should be longer. This is not. This is short. Alright, let's pretend that didn't happen. I'll deal with that later. I'll add a close-up shots for the one of this crown over here, so you can see it's still there. But now as I'm doing or filming this video for the second time, it breaks. That's the compass function. Everything still works over here. set for the altimeter and the barometer, of course it will say error. There we go. And if I were to lift this part, cannot glows in the dark, so I guess if you could find one of these that could glows in the dark, that will be a huge thing, right? And swap them up. If you don't, you only have to rely on one of these color indicator. So there's that. If you remove the E-clip underneath here for one of the buttons, and then you could push it out, there we go. That is how the button looks like. Just like the GWG-B1000, I think, with this kind of orange mud resisting feature. And there's of course the screws underneath that to lock the barrel in place. Most modern mud resistant G-Shock have this kind of build, but thankfully it didn't hold all of these bezel pieces in place, so that's fine. I can see the button, it feels like it is metal, but it's also so lightweight that it feels like it is plastic, but in mine it is black IP, and the springs also different as well. But for the hard case itself, I want to point out how complex the shape is. All the ridges here and there, some cushioning on the side as well in red. And also notice one other thing that is so impressive, to the point that this part of the casing, it actually folds down here all the way up, and it holds this sensor, I would say, grill in here. The shape of this section alone is insanely impressive, and knowing that it has a lot of sharp edges, I mean, from the manufacturing point of view, this is insane, especially with this kind of material. Casio is really killing it with section hardware department, but software, it is still the same movement out of a GWG-1000. If I'm not mistaken, every G-Shock use the same crown. Well, not this section, but this point here that connect to the movement, they're all the same, I think. It is Bluetooth equipped, so the crown aren't really necessary, and it is screwed to the case, so it is a screw down crown. So even though this thing snap, I don't think this thing just gonna falls out, you know, as I'm wearing it throughout the day. We'll figure it out. Maybe you guys can comment down below, give some suggestion, ideas of where I could look for one of these shaft only and swap them out. We'll see in the future. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you guys in the next one. This is G-Shock High Fashion Channel, and